Deontay Wilder throws an entire ethnic group under the bus. Knuckleheads, welcome to the Fightersrep, where we give you free fights, interviews, and fight commentary from the mind of a promoter slash attorney slash minority who doesn't think it's okay to treat people differently or talk about people in general terms, because that's what breeds bias, corruption, xenophobia, and racism. And of all the people that I expected to understand that, I'm extremely disappointed in Deontay Wilder and his statements that he made on the Last Stand podcast last week. Listen, I didn't cover this because there was other boxing news going on, and I wanted some time to kind of register it and think about it before I presented it to the public. But my goodness, the level of hypocrisy of Deontay Wilder has reached, the ninth level of Dante's Inferno. I mean, first he throws Mark Breland under the bus, Tyson Fury, Ricky Hatton, and by implication, if you're listening to his accusations, you got to think Kenny Bayless, Andy Lee, potentially Sugar Hill Stewart, Freddie Roach, everybody is involved in cheating him and making him lose. But now he's scapegoated and thrown an entire ethnic group under the bus. And the ethnic group I'm talking about are the Gypsies. And I'm going to go ahead and read to you what he said. And again, I didn't cover this because there was other boxing news going on, and I don't like to get political or social or whatever you want to call this. But, I just think that this is crazy. Not a single media outlet covered this. The only reason that I know this even happened is because of the Mac Life. The only outlet that I saw that even mentioned this was the Mac Life. And also, I follow the Soap Boxing Podcast. Shout out to them on Instagram. It's run in part by Coach Derek, who also took issue with this statement. I mean, I don't see how you can be a fair, unbiased human being or a minority like myself and see a statement like this and not find it extremely hypocritical and troubling coming from the mouth of a former WBC heavyweight champion, and seeing that there's been absolutely no consequence. Let me go ahead and read you the statement. Tyson Fury is who he's talking about in his statement. Wilder says he cheated. He flat out cheated. That wasn't the best man. That was a coward of a man. He got a long reputation of cheating, and this right here is nothing less. He's a known cheater. So if you're known to be a cheater, why are you going to stop now? And here's where the statement comes in that I have an issue with. Wilder says, the Gypsies believe if they have an opportunity to cheat and they don't cheat, they consider you to be a sucker. So he passes a blanket statement in the media on an entire ethnic group, saying that if they have an opportunity to cheat you and they don't, then they're considered suckers in their culture. I mean, that's what he's saying here, unless I'm reading this wrong. And nobody, or hardly anybody, has said a single thing about it. I find it, again, extremely troubling that a minority that's in a place or in a position of power like Deontay Wilder, who's been oppressed himself and expressed that dilemma to the public, can go ahead and make a blanket statement and put a heavy coat, and I'm stealing that phrase from the great Andre Ward, place a heavy coat like that upon an entire ethnic group that, mind you, is an ethnic group that's been marginalized and forced into abject poverty in several different parts of the world. I mean, I just find this to be so troubling and so disturbing and so hypocritical. And it's almost as if every time this man opens his mouth, he says something worse. And I really hope whoever his publicist is, or whoever his family members are, or whoever his friends are, sit him down and explain to him that he not only should stop saying these horrible things about the individuals in his life that were involved in the fight, but definitely stop saying stuff like this about an entire ethnic group. I mean, my goodness, how disturbing can this get? Knuckleheads, my question to you is, and you know I got to ask you a question at the end of every video. Why do you believe that nobody has said anything to defend the Gypsy and Traveler community from the words of Deontay Wilder? Do you think it's okay for him to be able to say stuff like this about an entire ethnic group? And I want to also add to that's a lie. They are an ethnic group like any other ethnic group. There are good people and there are bad people in that group. Nothing applies to every single person in that group, especially not cheating. I find it disturbing as hell. Knuckleheads, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification icon next to it. Join Knucklehead Nation. If you haven't already, help me build this promotion in this channel by getting your Fighters Rep gear in the link below. We got shirts, hoodies, masks, tank tops. Look at this shirt. This shirt's beautiful. This is a beautiful shirt, and by purchasing it, you're helping me not only build the channel, but the only kickboxing promotion that matters. We air our fights here for free. And we treat people, regardless of where they're from or what they look like or what they believe in or what language they speak or where they're from, with dignity and respect. And everybody gets a clean slate. And everybody's treated as an individual. And if an individual screws you over or does something bad, then it's on that individual. But it's never on the collective. It's never on the group. It's never on the ethnicity. You can't do that to people. It's 2020. It's time to wake up. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say.